Friday, March 1st, arguably the worst Jordan of 2019 released by most people's standards, and somehow it sold out instantly on the sneakers app. We need to talk. Listen, March may be a slow month for a lot of other creators, not having stuff to talk about. Listen, I got some stuff to talk about, okay? So we're going to jump right into the women's Air Jordan 1 Low Slip Chicago. This is the shoe in question that I want to talk about because it was polarizing. All right, so this shoe released March 1st, Friday. Just to give you a little backstory about this shoe, because this isn't the first Air Jordan 1 Low Slip to release. There are other colorways on the Jordan website, if you're not aware. For women, they have an all black one and they have an all white one as well. But of course, this one's a little bit different because it is the Chicago. Now, they modeled this after, Chicago, the women of Chicago, they are resilient, which, I mean, your ass has to be because you freeze like every single winter in Chicago and there's always a chance you can get shot and everything else, right? And so, it's related to the women of Chicago, the resiliency that those women have, which I thought was absolutely awesome. Now, I'm going to throw just tons of pictures up here. I want you guys to be able to see this shoe, okay? So, yes, it is the traditional colorway of the Chicago 1. We all know what that is, right? Predominantly red, you get the white accents, you got the black. Okay, you guys get that. Looking at the shoe, of course, they totally remixed this. First off, they made it a low. When you look at the actual shoe itself, it has kind of the mini swoosh branding, which I'm a fan of. I like the mini swoosh branding that Nike is moving to. Some people hate it. I like the micro branding. You can also look at the swoosh itself. It is stitched, so it's not like just a pressed leather swoosh. It is actually stitched on there a little bit differently. Of course, it's not as big as a traditional swoosh on a Jordan 1 high, but it is a stitched black swoosh on the white paneling. And then if you look at the actual top of the shoe itself, there are no laces. This is complete laceless Jordan 1 low. Instead, there are snaps on the side. So the idea is that you just snap them, you slide your foot in, and then you just snap it back and you go. And then finally, if you look at the tongue, it does have that, I guess you could say, like flipped inside out tongue. So the tongue, the branding that we're used to seeing, if you look on the inside of like a Jordan 1 tongue, they put this on the outside. We're used to just flipping our tongue up. We can see it on the inside. It's just a little bit. We don't all look all the way down to the bottom of our tongue, but they put this all on the outside, which is different. It's not necessarily a deconstructed feel like, the off-white of what we get, but I still think that it does add something different to the shoe. It's very unique because we hadn't really seen that done, and you know what? I was actually a fan of it because why not branch out and try something different? Now, the text that is actually on the tongue is also shown on the back of the shoe. You guys can see that here. It's shown on the back. So if you look from far away, you see like little mini branding text. It kind of does remind me of the Air Force 1 low utility that they have out because there's little text that's on there too. Once again, I don't have a problem with micro branding at all. I think it's different. Branch out, go do something else. So this is just to give you a full-on look of what this shoe, what it looks like when it hit the market on March 1st. Now, I believe I'm saying her name right, Sheila Rashid. She is a designer based out of Chicago. She did a full campaign spread with them, and you can see her picture here as well. I thought this was extremely dope. Anytime you can first off get like that first, I guess I could say, just not necessarily get intimate, but get to know a designer more because you want to know their thought processes behind the things that they actually produce and put out for clothing, for the culture, and then also being able to talk with a woman that's into designing and sneakers. More importantly, she's in that realm. I think we need to get more of those voices out there. Alele May, she's getting tons of exposure. I think it's great to have other women into sneakers and more athleisure as well to get exposure. So she did a full spread with them. You can see her rocking the shoe as well. So I mean, this was pretty much her baby, her design, her collab with Jordan Brand. So of course she's happy, she's proud of it. Now let's jump to a different side of this. Never have I ever on a Jordan 1 post seen so much hate for a release, for a Jordan 1 release, like one of the most loved now silhouettes of the Jordan Retro family. Never have I ever seen so much hate, like just disdain, just crazy. Hey, it was insane to be able to see this, right? So I think Sneaker News is the first place where I actually saw them post a picture of the shoe, as they do, and say, hey, this will be releasing during this time. What do you guys think? And you guys held zero back. Like, apparently, any hatred that you had for any other shoe, you made sure you unleash on this Jordan 1 Low collab with this designer, because it's a Ronald McDonald shoe. Like, I'm gonna post them here. This is a Ronald McDonald shoe. Jordan Brand is trolling. Jordan Brand has run out of ideas. You know, some of you thought that Jordan Brand designers needed to just take a hiatus because they didn't know what they were doing. That these were the most trash shoe released in 2019. Like, that was the main consensus on the Sneaker News post in the comment section. But it's funny because there was a guy who went ahead and he said, you know, you guys are saying all this now, you're making all this noise now, but let's see what happens as it gets closer to release date. And I thought he had a really good point, because there are so many times where people will have this one way off to the side opinion about a shoe until they can either see a sneaker YouTuber have it in hand, see it on someone's foot, get an in-depth look at it, and then it can start to change. Or let's just be real, if the hype starts to grow, the resale starts to grow, then the shallow side of people will move to wanting the shoe all of a sudden, even if they hated it. And that was kind of what happened with the Air Jordan 1, the Spider-Man, you know, version that came out, because it was pretty much like a Chicago 1 with the icy blue sole, and you kind of had I think it was supposed to have like the webbing or whatever on the red overlays. Let's be real, it was just a Chicago 1 with the icy blue bottom. Like, you didn't need to buy it if you already had the Chicago 1. And that was the other big thing that a lot of people, you know, were upset about. Oh, well, I just want the Chicago 1, I just want the Chicago 1. Alright, let's just break down a few things here, okay? I will go ahead and post the link for He Got Kicks, because he gave his opinion on a lot of March releases coming out. And so as a man, if he just wasn't feeling this shoe, but he thought for women he could get it, could be a cool little casual Jordan and be able to throw on. So he didn't bash this shoe, just said of course it wouldn't be for him. He could understand ladies wanting to buy the shoe. Also, a video that I watched, this is the first real like in-hand early look video that I saw on YouTube on here, so I'll go ahead and post that guy's page as well over here so you can see it, because I got to see this shoe in hand really thanks to his review. And you know what? Did I buy the shoe? No. But was I torn on the shoe? Yes, because there are parts of this shoe I like. Like I said earlier in this video, I like the inside out tongue. I like the micro branding of it. I love, of course, Chicago colorways, because I have lots of Jordans that are in the Chicago colorway. I thought this was a cool shoe, and I thought it was different. I don't have a problem with different. I'm a lover of the Vapor Max, you know, sole. A lot of people hate that sole. I'm a lover of it, so I don't have a problem with things being different. However, I was torn because there are other things that I wanted to do this month and focus on as well. In terms of pickup, you know, another pickup, it's Air Max month. Of course, I want an Air Max. I will give you my thoughts of what I think about the 2019 Air Max, you know, releases that are coming out or just came out yesterday from March 1st. So don't you worry, I'm going to do a video on that. But I was torn. If I'm torn, I will always try to go more to the side of a shoe that I don't have questions or doubts about whatsoever. And that's kind of what I did. So I did not pick this one up. However, no one in their right mind, I think, thought that this would have resale value. Let's pull up StockX, people. I want you to see the StockX screenshot that I pulled up today for you to be able to see there's resale value for this shoe. Now, maybe not a lot for the more common sizes of a 7.5, not a lot for the more common sizes, but man, if you take a look at, let's look at these bigger sizes. A women's 12 converts to what, people? Men's 10.5. I'm not gonna lie. I'd bet money that a lot of those 12s that you see there that were sold to men. I would bet money they were sold to men on StockX. I really do think, as much trash as a lot of men talked about this shoe, a lot of them still ended up picking the shoe up. That's just my personal opinion. I, of course, can't prove this. I don't have the demographics of the people that bought the shoe, but I do think that happened. Now, everyone that was complaining and why can't you just release the Chicago 1s? And there were men and women that said, oh, I'd pick this up if it was a Chicago 1 and it was a, you know, the retro high. guess what? The Chicago one is on StockX right now, so if it's that big of a deal for you to have it, guess what? Go shell out the resale money and go buy the shoe. Or that's right, you don't want to do that. You want to get it for retail like the rest of us. So either go buy resale or buy, or just understand. Nike and Jordan don't have to listen to you when you want them to retro a shoe again. So either shut the hell up or just go buy the shoe on StockX or some other secondary market. How about that? Okay? All right. So now, I didn't pick the shoe up. I do love this shoe. Let me tell you the funny part about everybody I polled, because I polled men and women just to ask them their opinion on this shoe. Most of them said they would not buy or pay money for it themselves. They kind of thought it was okay. They thought it wasn't that bad. However, when it came to me, they thought my style could actually pull this shoe off. More importantly, they thought my Nike tattoo would make this shoe pop. Just ridiculously pop. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know this if you don't follow me on IG. I do. I have a swoosh tattoo on my lower left ankle. I've had it there for a while now. And so, yes, you can see it in a lot of my on-foot pics. You can definitely see it when I do on-foot videos for you guys on this channel. And a lot of people thought like that would accent it perfectly, the shoe, which I never thought about that. But, spring, summertime, I'm in joggers, I'm in shorts a lot, or leggings where you can see the tattoo, you can see on my kicks. Hey, I can totally see that. I was flattered. It was a compliment. Girl was humble. Girl was flattered. So, yeah, guys, when it comes to this release, I'll give you some reasons why I do think it sold out. Because it did sell out. There are people that have got them posts, and they picked this up. It sold out within, 2 minutes. It released at 10. It was sold out in 2 minutes on Sneakers app. Here, I'm not trolling. You can see this issue sold out. Why do I think it sold out? For one, the price point was pretty reasonable. $100 for some version of a retro Jordan. You can't really beat that. It is practical in terms of style. Think about it. It's just a slip-on. You can easily slip the shoe on and freaking go. Not to mention, for people that want to nitpick about the fact this thing didn't have laces, how many times are your laces really necessary to keep your foot in the shoe now? Because a lot of us, we loose lace our shoes to the point where the shoe stays on, but we don't really worry about laces. How many shoes actually have the attached tongue or the elastic on the tongue where our foot won't fall out anyway if we don't lace the shoe? I don't lace half my shoes, or they're laced to the point the laces are just for aesthetic purposes. So stop bitching about the laces. The laces really didn't matter. It was a practical slip-on shoe, and I think it'll do great for those that wanted to go ahead and buy it for that reason. Also, it was geared at women, and do you know what? Women, I think, are more adventurous when it comes to style, when it comes to trying different things. Men are too afraid to get flamed by other men. Unless you're gay, are you trying to have sex with that other dude? No, then why are you so set on impressing other men? If you like a damn shoe just because it's not the consensus of all male sneakerheads, buy the shoe, wear the shoe, love the shoe. Please stop this. That's what I love about women. Women will go after a shoe because it's different, because it's out there, because it's unique, and we don't care as much. We don't care as much. Could I get this shoe down the line? Quite possibly. It would need to be on deep discount just because it's March and I'm gonna have some other things that I'm doing, and I'm still trying for this lately May 6th. But it did sell out. So I need to know from you guys, did you think that it would sell out? Because I had my thoughts. I thought that it could. I thought that maybe the bigger sizes would sit and the women would pick up the smaller ones. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think first off about the shoe itself? What do you think about the fact that it shows sold, or you can see that it's sold out? Now, I don't know, a lot of it's not like regular retailers got this, so I don't know what's going to become of the rest of this, but I'm interested in your thoughts. Please leave them in the comment section below, guys. And yeah, at the rate that I've been growing, I'm just going to throw this out there. Let's have a goal of 10K by the end of 2019. 10K subs. I think I can do it. Trying to be consistent, trying to give you guys the content that you want, and a lot of times it is different from what every other sneaker YouTuber is doing, but that is fine. That's just who I am. So thanks for rocking with your girl TJ. Hope you have a great weekend. Peace out.